Graeme, just first of all, back to the other night. I mean, you've had a couple of days to process the point at Carlisle. Still a decent result, if not the performance you were after?
Yeah, look, away from home, you want to, if you can keep clean sheets, then you're on a good path. Yeah, look, you still look at the performance and how we can improve. I just found from what we were against Bristol Rovers, the movement away from the ball, the will to get on the ball, the runners in behind to create chances. We lacked that. Reflecting, it could have been mindset from the game against Bristol Rovers and the performance to then lose the game in the last 5 minutes. It probably takes a lot out of the lads' mentality, and I don't know, we just looked a little bit flat going into the Tuesday night, but resolute. We were strong still defensively, out of possession, we defended well. We just, like I said, at times I just felt we could have moved the ball a lot better. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of your time is being taken in January by events off the field, if you like, and trying to bring players in. Have you got any updates for us there?
Nothing at the moment. There is, again, I keep saying it, but yeah, it as you can imagine, you think you get somewhere and then it's a little bit put back, or clubs have to keep assessing with their own squads. Clubs, what you spoke to early in January, who said December, said about certain players who we can, and then reflected in not allowing players to go out now. So you've got to keep on, but we've got many targets and many people we're speaking to. We've had many discussions yesterday as we're moving forward with them. It's just like I said, I'd like them in quicker, but we all would, but there's we have to be patient. We've got, like I said, 10 days left, and we have got players there. It's just getting the right get it over the line, really.
And would they be, without giving anything away, obviously, are they permanent signings, or are they looking to
mixture? No, mixture. We do want, obviously, permanence, because that's us planning for the future and moving forward. So we're looking at that, and we're also looking at the impact of what the loans can do for us as well. So a bit of both.
Has it been harder than you thought, possibly? Because, I mean, it's your first experience. You obviously got the support of other people at the club, but has trying to get players through the door been harder than you anticipated?
I've been in football a long time, so I know from being around Middlesbrough and seeing what it's like. Yeah, everyone has plans and things can change, and you always look from afar thinking, why does everyone wait till a deadline day? Whereas it's just everyone's in that same boat. If they don't want to give one away before they bring one in, and it's everyone's in that little. So no, I knew it'd be difficult. I knew what one, but we did say from the beginning we need to be not panicking, not just bringing players in for the sake of bringing players. We've got to make sure the right players come in the building that are going to impact the team for us.
Does what happened with Matty Daly kind of make you rethink your strategy a little bit? Obviously, loan players can be really valuable, but it was odd circumstances, and you explained it very well to us the other night there, what had gone on and your frustration with that. Does it sometimes make you think, is it kind of worth going down the loan route so much? Look,
I think we all understand. I think having the clause is always going to be in the favour of the club who loans them out. So the January, ideally, if you identified a player who can stay for the full season, then brilliant, but it's difficult to get that, especially for the parent club who they want to monitor their player, make sure it's the right thing for himself. So loans, like I said, they can be fantastic. I've been in the experience of loaning players to clubs from the 23s and them not playing any minutes, so you can understand why they have callbacks on them and checks on them. But like I said, yeah, look, there's pluses and obviously there's negatives when they get recalled back, when they certainly can impact our team.
I know obviously Tyler Bury will probably be on the minds of a lot of Pools fans, because your problems scoring goals and things like that at the moment. Is he still on the agenda?
Yeah, he's still.
COVID is calming down a little bit. We all have our fingers crossed, and there was reasons that he went back. So is he still a possibility?
He's still in discussions, but it's a hard one, because obviously he's been involved with Millwall's first team. He's been on the bench. It's sometimes they'll get called back because of the squads, but that's our opportunity within their club. And if he's doing well in training, which we know his ability, what he's got, it's then down to the manager in Millwall. Does he want to keep him, or is he available to come back. The plus side for us is he's played obviously 2 club rule, so hopefully that if he does allow to get back on loan and we're still looking, then he can come back to us.
Let's talk about on the field now, which I'm sure you'll be glad to do. Marcus Carver, one of the arrivals, played obviously the 2 matches in quick succession. Have you spoken to him this week about the rigours of league football?
Yeah, we've had a chat with him. It's hard. Marcus needs to understand his body, where he is. He feels fine in himself, he's telling us, but we just had a chat about he looked a little bit he looked a little bit jagged from the game. I thought his impact Bristol Road was good. It was just lacked that sharpness on the game, but it was a frustrating game, I think, for both forwards. Like I said, we moved the ball around the back a lot but didn't really utilise the attacking threats or the movements they were doing. So getting him in the game, he's got a little niggle at the moment, so we're touch and go if he's going to be fit, and that probably highlights especially what we've been talking to him about the fatigue and understanding his body. And when just being honest, we just need to be honest, and we're trying to, because we have all the data and all the players, and a lad coming in, and he's come from obviously Southport, so we haven't really got much data on him to understand his body and how he responds to things. So it's getting that balance of what he knows is him being honest with us and us understanding what he's got fitness wise and where he is, but it's probably highlighted a little bit yesterday that he's picked up a little muscle injury, niggle, so we have to assess him today.
And I suppose the good thing for you is that you presumably got somebody in Mark Cullen if Marcus Carver is injured, who's absolutely chomping at the bit. Presumably he's on at you all the time.
Yeah, he is, and which is good. His Coles is an infectious personality. He brings energy into training, and like I said, he's chomping at the bit. He's disappointed not to have started the last couple of games, and rightly so. So yeah, look, if Carves isn't selected, then I know Coles will be jumping at the bit to start.
Stevenage, the opposition, and back on home territory as well, where the form is excellent and has been superb all season. Yeah,
look, it's about, I keep saying it's about what us, home, away, our performance, what we can put on the pitch, how we do, the energy we've got to bring. Tomorrow's, we need to bring that energy back to the performance and the desire to move, not just defend and run around defensively in possession of the ball. We've got to work the ball better. We've got to bring energy, make forward runs into good areas and create them chances. And no doubt, if we create them chances, we will score goals.
And another match against a team that you find is just below you, similar to Bristol Rovers, similar to Carlisle. Stevenage have picked up a bit in recent weeks.
They have, I think they've signed 5 or 6 players, brought in, they've picked up, they've had the last 3 results being fantastic and they're scoring goals. So that's a big challenge for us. Is as much as we want to be exciting going forward, we need to make sure we're just solid at the back and the balance is right so we can nullify their threats. Why? Like I said, pushing on ourselves and being exciting and being creative.
And Paul Tisdale's a very experienced manager at League 2 level, isn't he? I presume looking forward to coming up against him.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I say, he's been around. He's had good success through his career. So no, it's a challenge, and like I said, he's brought in a few players. He's experienced. He knows what the league's all about. So yeah, it's going to be a great challenge. And like I said, I love all the challenges week in, week out. I just enjoy them a bit more when we get the win.
Yeah, and another big week at home, of course, because Charlton on the horizon on Tuesday. But I'm presuming you're being very strict on not a thought about Charlton until after Saturday.
No, look, league's the main thing for me. We all are. That's our main focus is the league. The cup's a great distraction, and they've been fantastic run for us. The performances in the cup have been fantastic, and I keep saying that's where we need to get to in the league. Hopefully, with it being the Tuesday coming up, then that reflects on the Saturday's performance as well.
All the best, thank you.
Thanks very much, cheers.
Morning, Graeme.
Morning, Joe. You okay, mate?
Yeah, I'll start on the transfer stuff. We'll get it out of the way.
Yeah.
There's obviously a few players who've left. Like we touched on Tuesday night, but has there been any sort of bids coming for any of your players this month?
No. You hear rumours and people say things, but no, there's nothing regarding bids or anything coming. It's maybe I've ignored any calls, but no, there's definitely not. It's like I said, we're planning to bring in players in, and I'm not planning to, especially lads who are in the starting team, we're not planning on moving anyone out.
You mentioned the goalkeeper situation as well. Obviously, with Jonathan Mitchell leaving, there's been a few been on trial, as I understand. How have they been getting on? Or are you still looking at possibly?
No, we had someone coming in training wise. That was for him to have a look. Us to have a look and see where he was. We've got a couple of options there, but is the loan or is it a permanent we're trying to bring in? So we've got a couple of loan options which we know could be decent keepers for us, but we're also just in the back burner of keeping an eye on something permanently as well. So that's why I've been a bit more patient, and we're not jumping at something. We're just waiting to see if something comes available.
How important is it to bring a goalkeeper in? Obviously, you've got young Patrick Boys there as well.
Yeah, Patrick's development's good. He's impressed us through pre-season, but we still at this moment we need somebody in who's going to be pushing Ben. And like I said, we need that stature, another keeper we know who can. To put Patrick in at the moment might be a big ask for him, so we do need that extra keeper in.
Have you had players on trial, like any other positions?
Yeah, we've had one come in a couple of weeks ago, but it just wasn't the right timing to bring someone in. So it'd be something we'll probably assess pre-season. Apart from that, like I said, we're focusing on the targets we've been looking at, and we've got quite a few. And we've got a list, but we're going through. And like I said, we're being patient with it. We're speaking to clubs all the time. It's just. Hopefully get things done, start moving. Well, we've had discussions yesterday, and hopefully things will happen moving forward over the weekend or next week.
Yeah, one name who's being put to us, so feel free to dismiss this, is midfielder Owen Moxon. Is there anything in that?
No, nothing. His name's been mentioned, and we spoke to him, but nothing. I think Lee's mentioned his agent spoke to us regarding he's been doing fantastic at his club, so it's something we're going to look at. It'd be probably more further down the line.
Yeah, you mentioned there's 10 days to go. How, sort of two-barreled question here, how busy do you expect to be, and how busy do you want to be in these 10 days?
We know we need to bring players in, so we are busy. It's not expect to be. I'm busy. We've got the games coming thick and fast, ball, so you're getting players on top of players and speaking to clubs. So the full days, and that's what you expect. But they have to be full days because you have to do your homework, and you have to make sure, one, if you're going to be bringing players in, they're the right fit and the right character, and obviously two, the main thing is me trying to focus on our team and how we can perform better on the pitch.
Last one on the transfer front, obviously it was well documented. Budget there to spend. Is there a pressure to spend it?
No, look, we want to bring the right players in, so that it's not just because there's something there to spend, just spend it. It's making sure that right player is the right one. So we've spoke to players, we've got offered contracts and different things, and it's about getting the right players. Obviously, you've got to understand these players haven't just got one club chasing them; they've got a few, so they're speaking to the other clubs as well as us, but we're trying our best to bring something in. And like I said, the money we've been offered is being fair and good, but like I said, it's like I said, getting them over the line's the tricky bit.
On to the match this week, how was the squad looking? Because it was a bit of a long week last week, obviously long distance travel to Bristol and then 2 games in the space of 3 days. How are they shaping up?
Yeah, look, train was good yesterday, nice and bright. We obviously, the lads who played 2 games don't do as much as the other lads, but it's about keeping the other lads fit and ready and firing. We've had good chats regarding what we want to do moving forward, what we lacked on Tuesday night and what we had on Saturday, but you didn't get the result on Saturday. Like I said, that probably affected us a little bit, especially I know how I felt after on Saturday's performance, getting that out of my head. It didn't get out of my head, clear my head till probably Monday morning once we got back in the training field and we started working again. So yeah, it's learning from them, like disappointments, but not letting us affect us. And like I said, we got a clean sheet, the positive on Tuesday night is a clean sheet, and we've got to build on that, and we've got to then come in again. We've got to be firing at all cylinders on Saturday.
Yeah, can results and can it linger into games, like in performance and move forward?
You try not to, but it's always going to be. It's difficult. I know as a player, you think about your one performance, and you know you've got to try and perform better the next day if you aren't happy how you performed, or vice versa, you perform fantastically well and don't get the results, and that plays on your mind. So yeah, it's hard, but it's our job to clear that and focus. As soon as we get back in that training pitch, try and get the lads going again, and focus goes on to the next performance. And like I said, the Tuesday night, the team selection was literally down to the performance on Saturday and how well it was, and it was the fact that we shouldn't be jumping and swapping and changing because of the result when the performance was that good.
And is the pressure on tomorrow?
No, every game, especially home games, but every game you want to be winning. But pressure on every game. It's like I said, we need to be winning some games in the league. That's everyone knows that's a fact. So yeah, look, we're excited. I won't be putting any pressure on regarding the players on of making it any more than what it is, but it's a home game, and a game we need to win.
And just last one for me, you mentioned the cups. I know you'll not be looking forward ahead to them just yet, but is there a sense that tomorrow's game and then possibly the game against Exeter next week, players are playing for places in them cup 11s? No,
look, yeah, the games, like I keep saying, the exciting games, the cup games are a bit of distraction from the league. They're against, well, obviously tough opposition. Charlton's going to be a very tough game, and then Crystal Palace is going to be an occasion, a unbelievable challenge for us. But one, we'll look forward to them as they come. The focus has to be the league, and that's our main focus. So Saturday is the main thing for me. Obviously, we'll have the Charlton game midweek. But again, Exeter, the two games for me, what I'm focusing on are the Stevenage and the Exeter game.
That's great. Thank you very much, Graeme. Appreciate it.
Cheers, thanks.